So Denise Bellore, welcome back.
Thank you so much.
So tell us, how long you been in real estate?
Licensed in 2002, which is amazing. I did new construction from 2002 to about 2010, and then got into the resale market around 2011.
Okay.
So it's been a solid 10 just in the resale market.
So you did new construction through the dip?
I did.
Wow,
I
that's
did.
crazy. That had to be unique.
It was
Huh?
exhilarating, and then it was crazy.
Yeah, I would imagine. What was that? Trying to finish out their inventory,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Until they sold all their property.
Got it. And you're like, okay, resale now.
Yep.
Which timed well because
It did.
2010 forward, things
It
started to
did.
get better.
Yeah. Well, in
that's good.
2010, that was kind of my thought process. I thought, you know what, either I go out or I stay in. If I stay in, it was down, so I'll be ready. Short sales,
Right.
foreclosures. That's everything was happening at that time. And yeah, I was like, if this is going to come, it'll come back in 5 years, and it worked out well.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, so you've got a lot of new construction experience then.
I do.
Right. Okay. So you've been doing it for 20 years, new
Yeah.
construction experience. What would you say some of the things that you would really, obviously new construction is one of them, but what are some things that you really specialize in?
I would say new construction is always fun to do again because it's something that's within me, which is great. And then I would say really I'm a move up buyer luxury type agent.
Yeah.
Of course, I do the gamut, right? I have people, I have their kids, blah blah blah.
Right.
But I'd say my specialty is really in that pocket for the sake of the marketing piece, the details, and I think the new construction just baselines all of that. I
Right.
see so much in a house that others don't always see,
Right.
and I think it's very easy for me to translate that to buyers and to sellers to market their home and or let the buyers know exactly what are they getting and what are they not getting in a home.
Yeah, that makes a ton of sense.
Mm-hmm.
If I repeat back what I thought I heard, that move up buyer that's moving up from maybe their first or second home into kind of more their luxury forever home, that's your
Exactly.
sweet spot.
Yep. Absolutely.
Perfect. What would you say for someone who's just getting into real estate or somebody who's been in it for a minute but maybe wants to see more success? What would be some advice that you would give them?
I think the best piece of advice for new agents is truly it isn't what you think it is. It can be so much more, but it's a lot of work. And I say that because it's a lot of work no matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're a new agent coming in independent and you think I've got flex, I'm doing part-time. It's work. It's a lot of work if you're on a team.
Yeah.
You got to go in, you got to start churning, you got to prove yourself, right? It's a lot of work. It's super rewarding. Obviously, I love it, but
20 years.
it's just exactly.
Yeah.
It's just something that I think everybody needs to know. This isn't for the lazy. I put it that way.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's a lot of work, and it's not what you envision, I think,
No.
right, when you first start.
Absolutely not.
And you're hitting on it with the work part, but the freedom's what typically brings people to it, and you kind of touched on that a little bit. But the freedom's also what gets you out of it, right?
It sure
And
is.
so if you don't show up and put in the daily work, you'll be in trouble.
Yeah.
If you do, you'll separate yourself from the pack and get your unfair share. Right?
Exactly, without a doubt.
So you could be anywhere. You've been successful. You've been in business for 20 years, right? You could every brokerage around would want you to be a part of it. Why did you choose Keller Williams?
Keller Williams, I continue to choose. So I continue to choose Keller Williams, and I would say in one word, it's integrity. I obviously work with many different agents on cooperative deals and so on and so forth. All of that, you see a difference within agents that are backed by an integrity-based franchise, brokerage, etc., versus not. And at the end of the day, that's even with things that are going on in the market that may happen or may not happen in their future. It's very important for me to be with an integrity-based company that I know is going to walk in alignment with how I want to continue to do my business.
Love
and
that.
It's always been it.
I was taught early in my career that the first filter you have is around core values,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because if you don't align around core values, then vision doesn't really matter and the money doesn't really matter because none of those things ever come true if you don't align around core values.
You got
right?
it.
So that's what I heard you say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the true fulfillment will never happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
exactly.
it. Well, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
Welcome back.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here.
If you have any questions about why Denise joined us, go ahead and message her. We'd love to talk with you more. Thank you.